I was jolted awake by my brother Harry's shaking hand on my shoulder. "Wake up," he whispered urgently. "I found something outside that you need to see." I rubbed the sleep from my eyes and followed him out the door and into the garden. There, in the middle of the yard, was a large hole in the ground. It was deep, with craggy edges, and a darkness that seemed to swallow up all the light that dared venture near it. The sight of it sent shivers down my spine, and I felt an overwhelming sense of unease. My brother, on the other hand, was beside himself with excitement. "Can you believe it? It wasn't here earlier," he exclaimed. He proceeded to throw rocks down the hole to see how deep it went, all the while cackling to himself, but we never heard the rocks hitting the bottom. I tugged on his sleeve, pleading for him to return inside the house. Despite my protest, he bent closer to the hole as if listening to a distant sound. He turned to me and said, "It's Mum and Dad. They're both down there." I stood by him and listened intently, but heard nothing. At this point, I was starting to worry about Harry. I threatened to go back inside the house and leave him alone if he didn't follow, but he was adamant about what he had heard. "They're down there," he said with a huge grin. "Mum and Dad, they're both calling for us to go down. There's something amazing they want to show us." And without any warning, he started to climb down the hole, eager to see what the voices had promised him. I ran back inside the house, too frightened to be part of any of this. As I passed my parents' room, however, I couldn't resist taking a look inside. To my shock, I found them both fast asleep in their bed, and the realization of the danger my brother was in hit me. Who was Harry talking to down the hole? I raced back outside to warn my brother of my discovery, but when I reached the outside, I was met with a new kind of horror. The hole was gone, vanished without any trace. Years have passed since that night, but I still relive the moment of my brother's disappearance. Sometimes, when I'm walking alone at night, I'll see a hole and hear a voice calling out from it. It was Harry's voice, beckoning me to join him in the darkness. It would whisper to me, "Come join me. You have to see what's down here."